Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, and it is World Card Making Day. So come on in. This is going to be not take too long, maybe 30 minutes, if that long. So we're going to get started here in a minute. So if you are watching, if you'll say hello, let me know if the sound and everything is okay. I had to turn my air conditioner on. It got hot. It's hot today. Craziness. I think supposed to be cool next week, though. So, anyway, just counting my blessings that, we're safe and everybody's doing well. So, anyway, let's see. Let me see if I can get my face on here. There we go. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa Brown, Ink and Inspirations, wishing you a happy World Card Making Day. This is our third live card making demonstration today. And I've been showing some very basic designs that make really pretty cards, I think. And I hope you will give them a try. If you missed the first two, you can always go back and watch the replay. And yeah, take it from there. So welcome back. Thank you for watching the replay. And we're going to get started. So let me see, just to talk about a little bit, Stampin' Up! Decided to do and I'm say decided to, I know they've probably known for a while. We found out yesterday about a stamp sale, 15% off all the stamps in the annual catalog. That's this catalog. Not any in the online, oh, you can't see it. Not any in the online exclusives or the mini, but all the stamps in here are going to be 15% off Monday through Wednesday. So I'm having an ordering special where I send gifts for certain amounts of orders, and I decided to extend it until the end of the stamp sale in case someone wanted to take advantage of that. Okay? All right. Okay, so we're going to be working with another sketch, easy layout for this one. Let me get back to just my screen. Okay, take that off. What do you say? There we go. Okay, so this is the layout or the sketch we're going to be working with. Okay, so it's very basic again, but easy to do, fun to do, and it involves standard size card base, either 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, or 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and then a piece of designer paper cut 3 by 4. Now, for this particular layout, I talked about this on our fun fold that we did previously. The back side of the designer paper needs to be very pleasing to you as far as what it is, because I'm calling this the cut and flip little card. So it's a 3 by 4. You start with a 3 by 4 piece of pattern paper. You cut it off at 3 inches, so you have a 1-inch strip left. You flip it over and you glue it down. Okay, so that's the basic layout. So here's the recipe. See if you can see that. Let me hold it up a little bit. Okay, the base can either be 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 or 4 1/4 by 11. The back layer cardstock, which will coordinate with your designer paper or pattern paper, is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. The designer paper piece has to be 3 by 4, and you're going to cut 1 inch off the 4-inch side and then flip it. Okay, and I'll post this later on. Okay, along with that other sketch. So the first card we're going to make is a Christmas card. Super simple. It would be great to make a stack of these to send for Christmas. First of all, it uses this great 6x6 pack of Take a Bow Designer Series paper. There are 4 designs and there's 12 pieces of each design. So for this particular piece, I'm going to show you my cut piece already here. So it's this dot on one side and then this starry garden green look on the back side. Okay, and so all of them are like that in traditional Christmas colors, so they make wonderful Christmas cards. And then I'm using the Christmas labels bundle. I love this bundle with these sentiments and the labels that go along with it. Let me grab this. So here are the labels, and they coordinate with these different sentiments. And so that's what we're using today on here. And with that background of that print and bold look of those traditional Christmas colors, all you need is a sentiment on top of that, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to move that aside. Let me get, this is my 3x4 piece. So that I started with this. I picked the designer paper, and I knew I liked the back side. So I'm going to take this and just cut it off at 3. And so that is going to leave me with this coordinating piece that I can put up against the bottom of that pattern at the top. All right. Then I need a backing for that. And I went back and forth, back and forth. Do I want red? Do I want the granny apple green? And I decided on white so that it would really stand out against that garden green background. So it's cut 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Let me find some glue here. And we're going to glue it on this coordinating. And you could use a color, definitely could use a colored piece. I just decided to go with the white because I thought it would be pretty against the red and the green. Okay, so here's my top piece. And I'm going to have about 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. I'm sitting down so I can't see if that's super straight. All right, and then this piece here is going to go right, and it's going to butt up against the bottom of that other pattern piece. So I could have switched and put the stars on top and the dots on bottom. It's totally up to you. I just love those dots and those multicolor. Okay, so let's butt this up against the bottom here. Now next, I will advise if you want to use ribbon around the card for your card, this is the point where I would tie the ribbon on, because then you're going to know how much room you have for your sentiment, and then it's tied on before you ever put it on the card base. So again, ribbon first before you glue it down. So I've got this frayed white ribbon. What's it called? Frayed grosgrain ribbon. So it's got some frayed edges, and I'm just going to tie a knot, and I'm going to put it over here toward the left side of the card. Hi, Landon. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, Christmas tree. And Kathy, I'm sorry I didn't elaborate on my answer about the question you asked earlier via text, but no, I do not think you need one, okay? Okay, so I've got a knot, and now I'm going to trim off. Where are my scissors? Where are my scissors? Where did they go? Okay. Here's one pair. I can't find my snips, so I have to use my other pair of fabric scissors. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to cut this off again at an angle. All right, so we have that ready, okay? So that is going to go on our 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 piece of garden green cardstock, which is one of the greens in this designer paper. So I'm going to give it a good burnish with my bone folder. And then that is going to go like this. Okay, so see how pretty that white looks against that green background? All right, next, I already have my label cut out, and I chose this one, which is this one right here, okay, cut in basic white, and I'm going to stamp it in real red. So Let me get my Stampin' Pierce mat. Ooh, that's messy. I need to clean it. Here. And my Real Red ink. And let's ink this up. I'm going to stand up so I can see. Okay. Stamp that right in the middle. Move that ink pad out of the way. And then we're going to look and see how we're going to place that. So simple design, easy to put together, and I can't say enough good about that. Take a Bow Designer Series paper. Okay, Lisa, get your glue in order here. I said earlier I'm trying to finish off the bottom of these glue bottles. Okay, so we're going to center this side to side, top to bottom. Super simple design. And then this is going to go right there. Okay, so another choice, you could also like cut it, the label in Real Red, and then stamp and emboss the sentiment in white embossing powder. But when I'm making Christmas cards, I try to keep, if I'm doing like a stack of something, I try to keep it with minimal steps. And so this definitely is minimal. And we're going to go ahead and put this over top. Is this the bottle I just used and it's already dried up? No, it was this one. Okay. I'm going to put that right here. And then the bling. So I'm getting my trusty rhinestones again, my dark Granny Apple Green marker, and I'm going to put 3 rhinestones on here. So see how I just scattered them? One on the label, one up here on the green, and then one here on the designer paper. So sometimes, honestly, that takes me longer to decide where to put the rhinestones than anything else. Anybody else, it's like, oh, should I put it here? Or should I put it here? Oh, I mean, and there's like a rules, not strict hard fast rules, but you know, like rules of 3, like to use 3 or 5 odd number of embellishments. I mean, that's what I've always heard. I usually try to stick to 3 unless I've got a huge area that needs something in it. I'll go to 5. So I'm going to put that here, and then this one here, and then come down. Where did I put that one? Right here. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do on the inside. Keep it simple. So welcome if you just joined us. I'm Lisa Brown, Ink and Inspirations, and we are working on some Christmas cards here. Okay, so on this one, I did a strip of that paper that was left over on the bottom. This one, I had this strip left. Okay, so let me get a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white, and we're going to put that down that edge. How about that? Happy World Card Making Day, Jennifer. Thank you for watching. All right. Okay, so I'm going to line that up, go about a 1/4 inch from the edge or so. Just eyeball it. Okay, there's that. So now we're just going to put this here, and then it's going to be done. So that was simple enough, huh? So I'm going to do another card. Same style, same template, but not a Christmas card. Okay, so there's our first one. Love those colors, y'all. Okay, let's see. I'm putting my blends up, and then let me get the next card. The next card, I'm using the Latte Love bundle. Now, this is an online exclusive, meaning it's not in a catalog. It's online only. This is dangerous with this red ink pad open, so let me put that up. Okay, so I've used this little die cut to cut out a cup from the designer paper, and the thanks so much from the stamp set. Now, let's see. Let's get the card out here so you can see it. There's the card. Isn't that cute? I love those little coffee cups. And I know not everybody drinks coffee or lattes or everything, but it's just cute. Okay, so I'm starting with a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of Lost Lagoon. I scored it at 5 1/2, and that's ready to go. I chose this. This is from the A Little Latte Designer Series paper, which is a perfect complement to this stamp set, and which is what I cut these from the designer paper. So here's my 3 by 4 piece that I need to cut 1 inch off the bottom. And then again, I'm using basic white for the back layer, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so let me set that aside. Get this off here. Let's see. Let me get my trimmer again. And again, I saw the little coffee splotches on the back side, so that's what I decided to use. Hey, Carol. Thanks for tuning in again. Yes, Lynn, do that. I'm all about showing others how to take designs that are very simple, and you know, you don't necessarily have to have all the things. Like in that first Christmas card we made, this one, you could just cut a small rectangle to stamp the Be Merry, you know? So I like to show that. Okay, so here's this. We're using that Lost Lagoon Pool Party. Hey, Debbie. Yeah, you've had a busy weekend, huh, so far? Okay, so now let's go ahead and put our top piece on. But Lynn, yeah, please do use it and let me know how it goes. You know, I mean, copy the designs exactly if you need to or want to. I mean, but you could do this with any. Yes, Debbie, I know. You can do this with any stamp set or designer paper. You know, you start with the basic template and then go from there. And so you can see on this card that we're making right now, I'm using 2 focal points and putting the sentiment on the bottom. So it's different, but yet the same. Okay, so now this is some of the coordinating ribbon, and I don't know the name of it, so I have to look. Polka dot trim. Makes sense, doesn't it? It's kind of like a burlap feel. So this is a stiff ribbon. So you can tie it if you'd like, but I'd rather not because it's very bulky and very stiff. So for this ribbon treatment, what I've decided to do, and I cut it about probably about 5 inches long, and I want a little bit hanging over the edge here, and it's going to be the border between the top and bottom piece. Oh, good, Lynn. Yeah. Okay, so here, what I'm going to do is take some tear and tape, and I'm going to just flip a little end of it around the back. So you see how I did that? Just take a little bit, bend it around the back, and tape it down. And don't take off the protective paper. Just leave it. Okay? Then I like to put the tear and tape on the paper and then lay the ribbon down on top of it. So I'm just lining it up across that seam, tearing it off there, and then I'm going to take off the protective paper here. And then come across like this. Okay. Then have a look at it on your card base. You don't want it to extend beyond. So I'm going to cut this at an angle right there. Okay, so I'm going to put it there about where it's going to sit. So I see I need to go cut it about right here. Okay, but it's nice to have a little bit hanging over the edge there, right? And so then I thought, it needs something. So I tied one of those loopy bows with my linen thread because it goes well with this burlappy polka dot trim. And I'm going to get a mini glue dot and put it right here. Okay, so it's like that's part of the ribbon treatment too. See? I might need to trim off some of this. All right. So now I can go ahead and glue this on because it's going to help me when I put these cups on to have this already mounted, because you see how they extend beyond the end. I want to be able to play with it and see how it's going to work. And I know this is okay. I know it's good, and then I can attach the cups and the sentiments. So let me get this here. Okay. Like that. Okay. So now let's work with the cups. And so I have these that's like just a coffee or even a hot cocoa. There you go, Kathy. Hot cocoa for you right there. Like that. See, I like that where it's like at an angle, but you tap a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to put the hot cocoa down first. And then this one's going to go here. Come down a little bit. Just some little dots of glue on the back. Okay. All right. Then for the sentiment, I have this scrap piece of basic white, 1/2 by 4. And this says thanks so much from the stamp set. So I'm going to stamp that in Lost Lagoon. Yes, Lynn, they're just cut from the DSP. Absolutely. You could stamp them and die cut them out, but there's the die that comes in the bundle. Yay, Kathy. Sounds good. The die comes with the bundle, Lynn, and cuts out those cups. Okay. Or you could fussy cut them out, right? Okay, so what I did here, I know I need a little bit there, and I'm going to angle that. So I see about where I need to cut this, and it's always better to cut more than you need or think you need. And that's going to go about like that. And then I'm going to angle cut this in. And like that. Okay, so Lynn, you could definitely do this with just the paper and use a thank you sentiment from something else. You definitely could do that. Hey, Joanne. Oh, it's good to see you here. You can always go back and watch the replays. No worries. Okay, so what the reason I'm looking at this, it's like there's a little, it's covering up most of the paper there. Dare I try to trim it? Okay. Joanne, have you been crafting like you said you were going to? Okay. I'm going to line that up. I'm going to be really brave. I can't hold it. Lisa, do it this way. There. I want to trim it down some. This is a 1/2 inch. It probably could have gone 3/8 of an inch. Now, let's see. You have. Yay. Good, Joanne. All right. Okay. Yes, I like that better. See, there's more of the cocoa splatter showing. Joanne, we started with a simple sketch to make this. Like this. This is cut 3 by 4. Then I cut this at 3 and flipped it over and used the reverse side of the designer paper. That's what I did right here. Okay. All right. So now I have the little embellishments to use. So I'm going to use some of these swirly adhesive back dots. And these are all the same size. And I'm going to put 2 up here and 1 down here. I love this set. Okay, so now let's see what I'm going to do on the inside. I'm going to fool you. I'm going to stamp this time. So I thought, where's my stamp set? Here it is. I'm going to take this little splatter, like a spilled coffee splatter, and pecan pie ink in a block. And I'm going to stamp in the top and bottom corners. That's okay. I wish I would have angled it a little more, but it's okay. All right. Now let's put that in the center of our card. And we are going to be done. Cannot believe. Okay. There it is. Okay, there are those 2 cards. And then here are these 2. And here is the template. And I haven't taken a picture of this yet, but I will and post it on Facebook and YouTube. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I'm glad you like them. Thank you. So thank you. Okay, let me get back up here. Okay, so I cannot believe I've come to the end of my World Card Making Day presentations. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun sharing with you. I hope you will use these designs because they're simple, but yet make really cute cards. You just have to add your little personal touch to it, and you'll have a great card to send to someone. And you know, World Card Making Day, it's all about relationships and community and reaching out to others and making a difference in their lives, which is something that we do when we send our cards. You know how it feels when you receive an unexpected little envelope in the mail and there's a sweet note inside. Well, that's what we do for others. And um, it's a blessing to be able to do that and share with others and share the good news and just be the person you're meant to be and that you're called to be and share with others. And this craft is a giving craft. I've always said that. You know, we make a lot of things, but most of it we give away. And I'll admit I have a lot of cards in my room, but I send a lot of cards out too. So um, oh, thanks, Joanne. So do that. Do that and make a difference in someone's life, okay? Let's all pledge to send a card this week, this next week, okay? Um, Remember that I have my ordering special going through Wednesday because Stampin' Up! Is having a stamp sale on annual catalog stamps only, not bundles, just the stamps. All of them are going to be 15% off. It's an annual catalog. If I can help you with anything, let me know. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Happy World Card Making Day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.